Good day. Let's talk about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are naturally occurring oxygen-containing compounds. Their molecules contain three elements: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The correlation of the number of hydrogen and oxygen atoms is the same as in water, 2:1. This is where the name carbohydrates comes from. You consume carbohydrates every day. For the most part, carbohydrates are compounds of phytogenic. They are products of photosynthesis, and thus, it is a basic link in the transformation of solar energy into chemical energy to provision life on Earth. In animal cells, their number is about 2 to 5%, and in plant cells, 90%. Depending on the number of monomers that can make up the molecules, carbohydrates are cantoned into monosaccharides, are simple carbohydrates that do not defy hydrolysis. That is, they do not disintegrate down by water into simpler carbohydrates. Disaccharides, carbohydrates that surrender hydrolysis when warming with water in the presence of mineral acids or on exposure of enzymes, breaking down into two molecules of monosaccharides. Polysaccharides are carbohydrates that do not have a sweet taste and are almost indissoluble in water. They are complex high molecular compounds that yield to hydrolysis under the catalytic ascendance of acids or enzymes with the formation of disaccharides and hundreds, thousands of monosaccharide molecules. Let's consider these groups in more detail. Monosaccharides are solid crystalline substances that are well solvable in water depending on the quantity of carbon atoms included in the carbohydrate molecule. Distinguish between trioses, monosaccharides embracing 3 carbon atoms. This is glycerol and its derivatives, lactic and pyruvic acids. Tetroses, containing 4 carbon atoms, erythrocene, an intermediate product of photosynthesis. Pentoses, containing 5 carbon atoms. These are ribose and deoxyribose. Hexoses embrace 6 carbon atoms. These are glucose, fructose, and galactose. Here is fructose in its pure mode in a package. It is added to candies and cookies in the free form of fructose in fruits and berries. Disaccharides, oligosaccharides, are carbohydrates that split up into 2 monosaccharide molecules. They dissolve easily in water, crystallize well, and have a sweet taste. Sucrose, beet or cane sugar, consisting of glucose and fructose residues, widely distributed in seeds, berries, tubers, and can be located in birch and maple sap. Lactose is milk sugar, which comprise glucose and galactose. It's also a source of energy for kitty mammals. Maltose consists of 2 molecules of glucose. It is the main element of starch and glycosan polysaccharides, which are contained in vegetables and potatoes. According to the nutritional value, food carbohydrates are divided into absorbable and non-assimilable. Assimilable carbohydrates are digested and metabolized in the human organism. Non-assimilable are not broken down by enzymes secreted in the human gastrointestinal tract. Assimilable carbohydrates: monosaccharides, glucose, fructose, and galactose; disaccharides, sucrose, lactose, and maltose; polysaccharides, starch, glycogen, and inulin. Non-digestible carbohydrates: these are the ones we don't consume. Cellulosic polysaccharides: cellulose, pectic substances, lignin. Non-cellulosic polysaccharides: gums, slimes, water wheat polysaccharides, and xanthan. Oligosaccharides: trisaccharides, raffinose, rhamnose, 4-saccharide, stachiols. Let's talk about the functions of carbohydrates. Energetical. When oxidized in the process of cellular respiration, carbohydrates release energy, which is contained in them, providing a significant part of the energy needs of the organism. The brain's energy needs are met almost exclusively from glucose. Skeletal muscle, on the contrary, can break down fatty acids with insufficient glucose supply. Protective. The secretions released by various glands are abundant in carbohydrates and their derivatives. They protect the walls of hollow organs, the stomach, intestines, bronchi from mechanical and chemical influences and the penetration of infection. Receptor function. Consociating with integral proteins, carbohydrates in the composition of receptors participate in the recognition of signaling molecules, hormones, and neurotransmitters. Carbohydrates are an important component of human and animal nutrition, in the production of adhesives and medicinal preparations. A bright call of various carbohydrates is a cake.